Hello students, welcome to chemistry class. Today our topic is chapter 3 matter. Students, we already learned matter and its types in physics. We all know everything around us is made up of matter. Anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter, and the quantity or the amount of matter that a body contains is called its mass. We all know matters are in three states: solid, liquid, and gas. Solid is a state of matter that has a definite shape and definite volume. It retains its shape. It changes its shape only when the external agent such as heat or a force acts on it. For example, tree, wood, shoes, and fruit basket, etc. And liquid, it is a state of matter that has a definite volume but no definite shape. Liquids take the shape of the container they are poured into. For example, juice, milk, water, oil, etc. And what is gas? Gas is a state of matter that has neither a definite shape nor a definite volume. Most gases cannot be seen without a naked eye except for a thick jet of steam. Other examples are oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and water vapor. So, the matter and the states of matter are well known to us. Today, we shall discuss the interconversions of states of matter. Matter can change from one state to another. For example, water changes into water vapor on heating, and water changes into ice on freezing. The change of matter from one state to another, usually due to a change in temperature, is called interconversion of states of matter. A solid substance changes into a liquid on heating. The process by which a solid on heating changes into a liquid is called melting. For example, ice melts into water. Most solids need to be heated to a certain temperature before they start melting. This temperature is called the melting point. Different solids have different melting points. A liquid substance changes into a gas through either boiling or through evaporation. The process by which a liquid, when heated to or above its boiling point, changes into a gas is called boiling. And a gaseous substance changes into a liquid on cooling. The process by which a gas on cooling changes into a liquid is called condensation. For example, water vapor changes back into water on cooling. The visible mist we see above boiling water consists of tiny droplets of liquid water that forms as water vapor cools and condenses. The process by which a liquid on cooling changes into a solid is called freezing. For example, water changes into ice on freezing. The process by which a solid substance changes into a vapor without passing through the liquid state is called sublimation. Dry ice, naphthalene, and camphor are some common substances that undergo sublimation. According to the theory of the particulate nature of matter, matter is made up of very small particles. The arrangement of these particles differs in different states of matter, which results in different states having different properties. The arrangement of particles that different due to following reasons: interparticle force, interparticle space, and Brownian movement among particles. Now, what is interparticle force? The force of attraction or repulsion that exists between particles is called the interparticle force. The force of attraction is called the cohesive force. It is the maximum in a solid state, decreases in a liquid state, and becomes negligible in gaseous states. Due to this, the solid state has a fixed shape and a definite volume. Solids have the greatest density because the particles are closely packed together. Solids can't flow freely like gas or liquids because the particles are strongly held in fixed position. The space that exists between the particles of matter is called the interparticle space. The gaseous state has maximum interparticle space and it decreases from liquid to solid. Hence, a solid state has a fixed shape, volume, and no compressibility. The particles in fluid keep moving rapidly in any direction and bombard each together. The erratic random movement of microscopic particles in a fluid as a result of continuous bombardment from particles of the surrounding medium is called Brownian movement. The random movement is slowest in a solid. Due to this, the particles in a solid are tightly packed. A solid maintains its original shape and size until an external force or heat disturbs the movement of the particles. Next, we shall learn the effects of heat on matter. The energy that flows from one object to another as a result of difference in temperature is called heat. The main effects of heat on matter are physical changes such as change of state and change in size, and secondly chemical changes. So, the random movement of particles of a matter increases when it is heated. This could lead to a change in temperature or a change in the state of the matter. The state of matter changes when the arrangement of particles are changed. The amount of energy needed to change the state from solid to liquid or from solid to gas also depends on the strength of the force between the particles of the substance. This force may be cohesive force or strong chemical bonds. The stronger the attractive forces between the particles, the higher the melting point and boiling point of the substance. Heat causes an increase in the energy of rapidly moving particles. This increases in energy force them further apart, causing an increase in volume and corresponding decrease in density, leading to expansion. For example, balloons in a warm room are significantly bigger than a small similar balloon in a cold room. On cooling, the energy of the particles is decreased, and as a result, the interparticle force of attraction becomes again effective and particles come closer. This leads to contraction. Similar effects can be seen when a balloon tied over the mouth of a bottle is placed in hot water and then in cold water. So, this was change of state and change in size. Next, chemical changes. Heat can also lead to chemical changes of matter. Changes where the original substance undergoes change in its composition and hence a new substance is formed are called chemical changes. For example, the burning of a candle wick is a chemical change. The burning produces carbon dioxide and water vapor along with heat and light. If there is no wick, then the candle wax will burn immediately with the release of a large amount of heat, light and smoke. So students, today we learned the matter, its states, its interconversion of states and factors responsible for the different states and the effects of heating on matter. That's all today. Solve the exercise section 1. This is your home task and read attentively. Thank you.